Hey guys, I just landed here in Querétaro, Mexico. It's 8:30. Actually, I think that bell rung because I actually landed yesterday, but I was too lazy to film the intro because I was so excited to roam the streets with my camera. And let me tell you, I got some pretty good shots. But if you've been following my channel for a few months now, I am here in Querétaro, Mexico for the Mexico International Street Photography Festival. You know what? Something random just came to my mind. Last night I was scrolling around downtown and everybody back home was telling me to be safe in Mexico. They thought I was gonna get kidnapped or something. Help! Help! And you know what? I looked it up before traveling here. Querétaro is one of the safest cities in Mexico. To be honest, I felt more safe walking out here than a lot of cities in the US. And honestly, sometimes even back home out in Waikiki. The other thing I noticed too, a lot of the people here, they're not on their cell phones. Their eyes aren't glued to their phones. They all don't have their AirPods on and zoned out. Like in the US or a lot of international cities that I've been to, they're pretty present, whether they're with their spouse, partner, families. And I really dig that. And it was infectious in a lot of ways because it kept me off of my phone. And in the end, it makes for better street photographs anyway. So getting back on track, yes, it is my first time ever in Mexico. And this week I'll be doing a little bit of everything. I'll be teaching a workshop, presenting my documentary Field of Frame, which is the first time a live Q&A presentation. And I served as one of the finalist judges for the festival. And if you've been following my content for quite some time, I usually just film in front of the camera with the desk behind me, all comfortable and shit. So this is a little bit different, a little bit out of my comfort zone, vlog style. And most importantly, I just want to bring you along for the experience, the people, the food, the energy, and of course, the street photography. So let's go explore Querétaro together. Querétaro has this calm rhythm that pulls you in. The streets are alive, layered with color, sound, and stories. As photographers, we chase light and shadow. But here I was reminded, it's the imperfect moments that feel the most honest. Alright guys, this is one of the rare occasions where I'm gonna share some POV. Not really GoPro POV, I'm just bringing an extra camera, revisiting spots that I liked earlier from the workshop, and it's also much better lighting right now. During the afternoon, you guys know what that sunlight is like. So nothing crazy, but I'm gonna sprinkle in some of me working some scenes real quick just to spice things up. And yeah, you have an opportunity to see how bad the photos that I get live. So right over here, this construction area, I think they're building out the festivities for the upcoming Day of the Dead, and I always advise those photographing parades to get more of the before and after, you know, the setup and breakdown rather than the parade itself. So that's what I'm trying to work right here, and as the day progresses they'll put more signage, more backdrops, and I'll probably come back here and photograph that again. Alright guys, long day shooting and I haven't had anything to eat all day, so I am ready to chow down and fill my stomach with protein. Honestly, you can go to any corner, any restaurant in the area and you'll find some good deals and good meals, but I'm coming back here because the service was great, the food was great, there's somebody that speaks English. Most areas and most businesses, they do have somebody that is English speaking, bilingual, but I think part of it too, I'm a little bit tired and I just want to go to somewhere that I'm familiar, so let's check this place out. Oh my god, look at the prices, it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna get the bistec adobado. Look at this lemonade, this is the large size right here. Oh man, I'm thirsty. Whoa. All right guys, let's dive in.
So much cheese.
So good, so fresh. 3 of these are 90 pesos, so 20 pesos is about $1. So let me do my math. A little under $5.
Hey, yo, chill.
So it's even better because I didn't eat all day. I'm ready to shove her all in my mouth. It is spicy a little bit. But that's why I have this bad bitch next to me. All right, I want to eat in peace, so I'm gonna shut this off. Hey guys, I'm here at the Mexico Street Photography International Festival 2025, and I'm here with Australian street photographer Julia Condington. And I'm gonna ask her some rapid fire street photography questions right now. Are you ready?
Yes, I think
ready.
so.
She's being humble. What lens is best for street photography?
Well, it depends what you like to use. I like 28mm
Why do you like 28mm?
because I can fill the frame.
Fill the frame. She gave a name drop to my documentary right there. Fill the frame.
Yep. But 24mm is pretty good too.
Is street photography dead?
Not for me.
Not for her. You heard that? She's gonna keep going.
It might die, but at this stage, it's still alive and well.
What makes a street photograph good?
Well, it depends on who's looking at it and what they consider a good street photo.
Is color or black and white better?
Well, I prefer colour, but neither of them are better. It depends on the situation. It depends on the photo.
I love it. It's so political. I love it. Volunteers, look at them. They're working hard, look. Look at that. They gotta get on their knees. Oh my gosh. This is Isai and Brian right here. Look at that. So it is Saturday, October 25th, and I've been bedridden all day. The conferences and the lineup of guest speakers started today, and I pretty much missed all of it. I'm trying to get as much sleep in so I can go to the inauguration for the Finalist images tonight, and also recover and feel better for tomorrow's Q&A for Fill the Frame. So yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know if somebody put an extra sprinkle into my tacos last night or just an imbalanced sleep schedule. So yeah, right now it's 3:50 p.m. Inauguration is about 5:30. I'll probably head over there, arrive there by 6. But yeah, pretty much lost today. But if I can make it out there at 6 o'clock, it's not a total loss, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just gonna relax and take it easy and then head over there in a bit. Bye! Hey everybody, here's my next guest. I'm here with Raw Society founding member, one of the founding members, Jorge Delgado. I got it. Oh my god, I got it. I got it. I'm not gonna get fired. And I'm here to ask you some rapid fire, tough street photography questions. I think you're ready because I always see you at coffee.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you're gonna have the best answers. What's the difference between documentary and street photography?
Well, that's a great question. To me, there is no difference. To me, it's the same. With a nuance answer, I would say that documentary people, they might want to have some more specific type of point of view, but documentary, you can document daily life anywhere you are, or to have, an intention that is a little bit more specific, but it's the same.
I like that answer. I wasn't expecting that. You caught me by surprise there. I'm here with my photo assistant, my new best friend, Brian Sabrabrio. That was close. Close, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Sarabia.
I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
Just stop doing it. What is the best lens for street photography?
The lens you know how to use. But for me, it's the 35.
35, we have something in common here.
Oh my God.
Oh, hey guys, so I'm here with my good street photography friend Ricardo, who is my personal Uber driver for the day. Appreciate it. So where are we going exactly?
We're going to Peña de Bernal, one of the tallest manlets in the
Oh
world.
my god, look
It's
at her!
beautiful.
Wait, who the hell invited you? What the hell are you doing here?
I'm just enjoying the ride.
Oh my god, now I'm gonna have more headaches.
I think you picked a shared Uber.
Oh gosh. Guys, I'm here with one of the co-founders of Mexico Street Photography International Festival, Hector Munoz, and right before I clicked record, he told me that they only take a month off from preparing the Mexico International Street Photography Festival. So they're pretty much working year-round. Like the festival's over, it's done, and he's here working, doing some media coverage with me.
Well, yeah, you know, we have to secure the venue a year before. We have already secured the venue. We need to secure the sponsor within the next 5 months. And if we can do that, we have a festival.
Oh my gosh, that is pressure. That's pressure. But so, first of all, congratulations to you and all your team, the staff, volunteers. I think the festival, I've been to other festivals before. I think this festival was 10 out of 10. Venue, programming. The festival has been growing, which is good. And you would want it to grow, not just in programming, but also submissions, because that's how it pretty much supports how everything runs, right? So you have a ballpark from the first year, second year, and then this year, the growth.
Yeah, well, regarding the contest submissions, this year we have 520 participants and 2,200 submissions.
Wow.
In the singles category. It has been growing at a rate of about 30% every year.
Wow.
Approximately. And
Well, your guys' submission fees are reasonable, very reasonable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, we prefer to have more submissions,
Yeah.
because that allows us to pay for the printing of the exhibitions. We had a lot of printing to do this year. We pay, you know, for the coffee and the shirts and the hotel of our guests, etc.
Marketing, social
Marketing.
media posts.
Yeah, we have a marketing agency, so
Yeah.
we have to pay them every month.
30%, I didn't expect it to be that much. That's good.
Yeah, I believe it may be, we may reach a peak in a certain moment,
Yeah.
but so as we're starting, we're growing, yeah.
How do you guys go about the programming? How do you guys decide, okay, this is who we're interested in, or this is the kind of theme we're going for?
Yeah, well, you have to have the correct mix of participants, of guests. Some guests, you invite them because they are booming,
Yeah.
and they are interesting photographers, and also they bring audience. Some guests, you bring them because you believe they have very interesting things to say.
Be able to see the influence
Okay.
on the guests, like
Yeah,
based on submissions or leads to the website.
Yeah.
And could you kind of tell, like, okay, maybe because so and so had 20,000 followers, or
Yeah.
so and so, I don't know,
Okay.
made a stupid YouTube video like me.
No, for example, we invited you because we liked your critiques of festivals, and we liked your approach to speaking about street photography. So we thought it would be very interesting to have you as a judge. For example, when we select judges, we try to make a mix of young or two young photographers. But we also try to put two very experienced people and someone who may have a different perspective in street photography. And also we try to balance men and women, etc. So we don't have an average criteria in the selection of images. No, we want to have someone fresh. We want to have someone with the experience. We want to have someone.
So it mix a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, because if not, you end up having an average selection.
Or the same?
The same photos that are everywhere, no?
What I noticed was on social media, specifically Instagram, you guys announced the semi-finalists, and then a couple of days later, you guys announced the actual finalist images. What was the strategy behind that?
Okay, one part of it is, yes, marketing, but mostly we want to share a big selection of finalists because we believe a contest is a survey of the state of the street photography in the moment. So I was a winner in a big contest once, and when I saw all the other finalist images, I was aware that I was lucky as well. My image was not bad, but there were also a lot of great images that had different merits. So with a large finalist selection, we are offering the community a feedback on what is the zeitgeist of the...
So what's funneling through?
Yeah, exactly.
So they can see.
So, and then you were part of the judge, of the final phase judge, and we let the judges select directly a choice of their own, and then they vote for the 3 first places. So the 3 first places are an average of your opinions, but the 20 finalists, each of you chose directly some of them.
Right. You know, talk about building a team, finding the right people for the roles, getting people in your community inspired.
The community is very important. In Querétaro, there are a lot of photographers who organize many activities. It is not just the 5 of us. No. The whole community of photographers in Querétaro is a support to the festival. There are collectives, smaller, maybe a couple of international street photographers live in the city. Yeah. We have a National Geographic photographer living in the city. So there is a photographers' culture in the city, and that is
There's
very
a strong
helpful.
desire for it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hector, thank you for sharing that insight to us. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video will, you know, find it appreciative, you know, being transparent, sharing what you know, and, you know, for the past 3 years, really running this festival.
Yeah.
And even sharing some insights if anybody that is out there interested in doing their own street photography festival. Yeah, that was very valuable insight. So
Yeah, it will be great for everyone. So make street photography grow.
Yeah, make street photography great again.
Again. No, don't say that.
Woo! I am back home. And have you ever met somebody that went to Mexico and lost 10 pounds on the way back? Yeah, surprisingly, that was me. I lost 10 pounds in Mexico. Wasn't expecting that. Now, if you're wondering, I don't think it was the food that got me under the weather. And I don't even know if it's the travel or time difference because I've been traveling quite a lot this year. I hate to say this, but I think I was overwhelmed with all the socialization. As much as I love you guys and I appreciate those of you that came up to me, started chit-chatting about photography and life, I think I'm done socializing for the year. Now I'm gonna hide away and hibernate until the new year begins. Okay, if you made it this far into the video, thank you very much. Because I'll be honest, I did not know how this video was gonna turn out. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm not much of a travel vlogger, but editing and rewatching this one, I think I am maybe a travel vlogger after all. Anyway, I want to make this last section quick and to the point. We're gonna do things a little different because I've seen all the images. I already know 3rd, 2nd, 1st place. So I'm gonna share with you how the festival allows the finalists judges to select their images, my picks, my thoughts on 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, being there in person, live, how I thought the festival went, and if I have any feedback for how everything went. Okay, first off, I want to thank the 1st round judges. Like you heard earlier in the video, Hector shared that there were over 2,200 submissions. So I want to tip my hat off to the 1st round judges for doing the heavy lifting for the finalist judges, which included myself, Arturo, Sigrid, and Agnes. Cause y'all know I ain't got got time to go through 2,200 images. Hell with that. So big thank you for that. Now, being on this side of the street, a final judge, the festivals do have some influence on what gets funneled through. For example, a good thing that the organizers for Mexico Street Festival is that they allow one image per photographer. To me personally, I think this is a good rule because it allows new imagery to be seen on a big stage. We don't see 3-4 images from the same photographer. And if you've been watching any of my reaction videos, you've seen earlier this year a photo festival out in Lisbon had 3-4 images from the same photographer. 2 of them was from the same scene, it looked like. So I do think that does help keep it fresh. Also, one of the few festivals where they'll ask for the raw photo as proof if you make it all the way down to the finalist pool. I think with AI on the rise or already here, any way we can detect, do the investigation to see what's real, what's not, to see how much modifications were made to an image is better. So again, being part of the final judges, it's interesting to see the images that funnel through. It is less about the festival themselves, but more about the state of street photography. What people think that are good, what people think that will win contests. And seeing the photos that was passed through to us, a lot of them were visual puns or juxtaposition. And which goes into the next phase. Each judge, 4 of us, had to pick our top 5 images. And then there were 2 alternatives just in case we picked the same images. So pretty much when we submit our 5 images and if there was no duplicate in the images that we selected or, you know, multiple images from the same photographer, that was a go. That was the finalist pool. I'm not sure how other festivals do it. I'm totally cool with the setup. I think maybe adding a little bit more to the finalist pool, maybe an additional image per finalist judge to round up to 24 or maybe even 28 would have been better. So once we got the 20 finalist images set, the festival created a poll online. I think they used a thing called polunit.com, so you can leave star ratings and you can see it live and see which image tallies up enough points to move on to the next round. And then it goes down to the top 3 images and then we vote from there. Okay, so before I go to the third, second, first place images, on my selection, you know, this is all happening on a WhatsApp group. Everybody submits their selections. The photos are judged blindly. They just have a serial number next to them. Of course, especially me doing the reaction videos of a lot of these street photography festivals, I have seen a handful of images before. A few of them I've actually recognized just by the style because I've been following the photographers for quite some time now. I didn't select those 2 images, but it's not hard to miss the images if you know the photographer's body of work. I was the second judge to submit my selections. I did not bother to look at what the other judges selected because I didn't want that to influence me, and if I seen what they selected and disagree with it, it wasn't the right setting. Maybe if we were at lunch, at a coffee shop, talking about this openly, then it would make sense, but this is all happening on WhatsApp. Everybody's in another country, different time zones. And so yeah, I was just more worried about my selections. I want to give a range of selections, so here it is. First one is beach couple on steps. For me, I'm a sucker of beach shots. This one has humor, intimacy, you know, good contrast. One is relaxed, the other absorbed. You know, it's not the best, it's not iconic whatsoever, but it was something different, something that caught my eye just long enough within the pool of selections. Again, it's nowhere near a perfect shot. There is some weirdness to it, some tension, but not enough weirdness, not enough tension. And therefore, I thought it was good enough to make it as a finalist image. The next one is one of my favorites, and I thought it should have placed in the top 3. I've never seen it in any of the festivals, finalist pools, contests. The pink wall and man in window. Now you can say the stage is set up for this, and there's nothing overly dramatic happening. But once I was scrolling through the photos and I landed on this one, it reminded me of a Modern square painting. Fresh color interplay, clean geometry, minimal narrative mystery, and like I mentioned in the past, if you're gonna do minimalism, it better hit and punch well. The only thing really missing in the photograph is probably a strong emotional anchor. I don't know, it also reminded me of a little bit of Saul Leiter, combining it with Indian contemporary colorism. The next image I selected was bus reflection. I think it was the only reflection shot that was in the finalists pool. pool. Bus reflection was an interesting one because we judged this blindly, and this photo is actually from one of my friends, Philippe Gross. I've never seen this photo from him. He's never shared it with me. Just to be transparent here. But for me, this image has multi-layered storytelling, reflections. Everybody's face has a different emotional beat. A lot of narrative depth. You just gotta really look at what's going on in the photograph. The color balance is a bit off to me, it looks like. You know, at first glance it could feel a little overstuffed, too much going on, but overall technically strong, and I think that trumps weaknesses of it. The fourth one I selected was dog with palm tree tail. Now I just saw this image in my last video reacting to the Lens Culture finalist images, and I think, you know, this made it into other festivals, and I think judges and viewers may have some fatigue of seeing this everywhere. But honestly, for me, if a photograph is strong, despite whatever your fatigue level of seeing that photo over and over again, you know, you gotta judge the photo without bias, without prejudice. And that's why to me this made it in as a finalist. Of all the visual puns, I had to give it to this one. Again, surreal humor, visual trickery. It's not my cup of tea. It's not what I go out and look for on the streets or try to aim for. But regardless, great timing, absurd charm, gimmicky for sure. But with all the visual puns that was flooding through, this was the best of the best, I thought. Okay, I know moments ago I said the square shot, color square shots should have made it in the top 3. Okay, let me remove that comment because I think this one, my last pick, should have been in the top 3. I've seen this photo at the beginning of the year through the Rico GR Street Festival contest, and that is the girl running through the black figurines. I said in that video that this one was my favorite of the bunch, and to me 10 months later it's still strong. There's just so many plays of contrast, innocence versus darkness, a lot of symbolism. It looks cinematic without overdoing it or trying too hard, yet still somehow candid. The little girl in a white dress, the black giant figurines, the way she's running through them with her expression, her angle, her body language, gives off good energy, good timing from the photographer. And yeah, I thought this one should have made it to the top 3. So those are my selection. That was the process. Now let's go to third, second, and first place. But before I do, I was such a moron. I thought the second and third place were swapped, because that's what I thought, and I expressed that in the group chat that I thought third place was weak and there could have been something stronger. Third place was the man on the phone with a portrait behind him. I thought that was second place, but no, that was third place. I found out when I was at the festival when Hector was putting on new sticker, new signage right below the photograph. And so within the top 3, we have man on the phone with portrait behind him. Second place, we have the surfer and the wetsuit, and then the cross on the elbow on the foreground. I am not a fan of that photo. I think there were much stronger images. Too gimmicky. Again, I think there are better options. First place is a juxtaposition, and it kind of won by a landslide between us 4 judges. Timing, good balance. There's 3 there. There's the people walking past. There's the people eating, sitting down. And then there's a set of people on the mural on the wall. So there is a nice triangular connection there. I don't mind this image at all. I think it is a nice and a strong image. I do, however, think third place is a lot harder to get or to come across, recognize, and photograph. But I can live with those images being first and third place, not the second place image. Again, what was funneled through to us judges, I don't think there was a home run, you know, secure in the bag, first place winning image. I've judged contests before where you come across the image and go, yep, this is the winning image. This is a clear-cut winner. I do think last year's 2024 finalist pool overall was better pool, better selections. But maybe the festival, despite having less submissions last year, had better submissions overall. Okay, we're done with the photo critique, submissions. Now quickly on to the festival themselves. Overall, 10 out of 10. Venue was superb. There was different things going on, conferences, talks, screening of my field of frame, which I'm very appreciative to the festival, the organizers. Everything was happening in different venues, the exhibit, all that fun stuff. However, if there is one critique of the festival, being there live, being there in person, I want to take a moment here to talk about one part of the festival, and that's the 100 Years, 100 Women exhibition. I think the concept is powerful and important in street photography. It gave a voice and visibility to women photographers whose voice or work often doesn't get the spotlight it deserves. But if I'm being honest here, I also felt like it ended up overshadowing the finalist exhibition.
Oh my god, bro.
I mean, just read the title itself. 100 Years, 100 Women. That's a powerful title in itself. I understand they want to combine it with all the festivities. I think it could have been on its, you know, its own standalone. Keep it within the program of the Mexico Street Festival. Then maybe the 100 Years, 100 Women could have been in a different venue, or its own venue in itself. I'm sure the committee have thought of that already. I'm just saying from my point of view. You know, if you weren't there and you were just following news or updates through Instagram, and if your image was on the wall as a finalist, you have no idea. Heck, you probably wouldn't even care. But being there, the finalist exhibition just seemed like an afterthought, when really I think that's where a lot of the focus should have been highlighted on. You know, the finalist show, the work that photographers around the world have submitted, curated and waited months to be recognized for, it just felt like it didn't get the same attention or presentation. It just, I mean, again, it just felt like it got overshadowed by the 100 Years, 100 Women, which I think is a good initiative, but again, it could have been its own standalone. And again, I don't say that as criticism of the project itself, more as a note on how curation affects perception. When you have two strong exhibitions running side by side, we forget that, you know, it's easy for one to unintentionally dominate the conversation over the other. Giving one each dedicated space would have helped both shine equally. The 100 Years, 100 Women show deserves to stand on its own, but so do the finalists that put their hearts and soul into this year's submission. Overall, it's a great problem to have, honestly. Two meaningful bodies of work, but remembering that balance is what lets each one resonate fully. Now, to close all this, being at the Mexico Street Photo Fest reminded me that street photography isn't just about the photos. It's about the people behind them. The late night conversations, the shared frustrations on certain trends in street photography, the spark you feel when you talk to other street shooters about the passion you both love. Wherever you are, especially me in Hawaii with my lonesome self, this reminds us that we're not creating in isolation. We're all part of a living, breathing community that's trying to keep this craft alive. If you ever get a chance to attend the Mexico Street Photo Festival, let alone a street photography festival, I highly recommend you go. You'll walk away with more than inspiration. You walk away with connection. So there you have it, guys. I want to say a big thank you to the Mexico Street Photo Festival committee, volunteers that made it all happen for us, the participants that signed up for my workshops, and those that attended my screening of Fill the Frame. All the meetups, the conversations, the hangouts was a great way to end October. And who knows, maybe I'll see y'all again next year at Mexico Street Photo Festival 2026. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, share this video, and you know that notification bell? Hit that, and every time I post new video or content, you will be notified. Until then, stay safe and keep shooting.